The 2021 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series season will be remembered for many things. John Nemechek's return to the Truck Series, the wreck fest of an inaugural Knoxville race, the debut of Coda in the Truck Series, Ryan Preece winning in his debut start, the return of Watkins Glen to the truck calendar, the debut of Bristol Dirt, Chandler Smith's first win, Front Row Motorsports' first win in the Truck Series, Christian Eckes getting his first win, the chaotic last lap at Talladega, and much more. But no matter what, the championship picture would be different without the playoffs, and with that being said, let's break down the 2021 Truck Series season. In the first 6 races, we would only have 2 full-time winners, with Ben Rhodes winning the opening 2 races at Daytona and then the next week at the Daytona Road Course. John Nemechek would win his first race since his return to the Truck Series at Las Vegas and then again at Richmond. So after the first 6 races, Ben Rhodes would lead the standings by 14 points with finishes of 1st, 10th, 16th, 2nd, and 7th. At Kansas, Rhodes would finish 10th while Nemechek would finish 5th, shrinking the gap to 9 points. At Darlington, Rhodes would finish 2nd while Nemechek would finish 8th, extending the gap to 14 points. At Coda, Rhodes would finish 10th and Nemechek would finish 12th, increasing the gap to 17 points. At Charlotte, Nemechek would win while Rhodes would finish 3rd, closing the gap to 10 points. At Texas, the lead would change hands. While this unfortunate event would happen to Rhodes, Nemechek would win the race and would take the lead by 19 points over Rhodes. At Nashville, Ben Rhodes would finish 7th while Nemechek would finish 10th, and halfway through the season, Nemechek in his return to the Truck Series was emerging as the championship favorite. But what no one knew at the time is that over the next 6 races, Nemechek would separate himself from the rest. At Pocono, Nemechek would outduel the 2018 and 19 Cup Series champion Kyle Busch to win the race, and he was now 35 points ahead of Rhodes. At Knoxville, Rhodes would finish 7th and Nemechek would finish 11th, closing the gap to 31 points. At the rain-shortened Watkins Glen race, Nemechek would finish 2nd and was now 42 points ahead of new 2nd place Todd Gilliland. At Gateway, Nemechek would have trouble late in the race and finish 22nd, and he was now 26 points ahead of Ben Rhodes. At Darlington, Nemechek would finish 2nd and was now 52 points ahead of new 2nd place Todd Gilliland. At Bristol, Nemechek would finish 3rd, and with 4 races to go, it would take nothing short of a miracle for anyone to catch him. But in the races leading up to the finale, that miracle would seem to come to the contenders.
Oh, trouble. Is that John Hunter? Did he get it to that right front go down finally?
It is Nemechek with an issue.
Wow. This is a game changer. This is huge.
It had contact, and that right front had a little bit of a rub to it, and it may be going down now as Nemechek is off the pace. So we've got Zane Smith, who's had a major problem, and now Nemechek with trouble.
Sounds like a battery issue of some sort. And there you see it backfiring again. Just lack of power, Kurt.
Yeah, it's something with the ignition, the engine itself, just something's a misfire.
Meanwhile, on the left-hand side of the screen, Todd Gilliland has just passed Ben Rhodes for the lead. So Gilliland now out front. Has looked like he's had the truck to beat all night long. Even when Nemechek was leading, Gilliland was pressuring, and now it's Gilliland out front and Nemechek with a problem on the right-hand side of the screen.
0-2 truck. Very solid run tonight up inside the top 10.
And Nemechek has lost power again in that 4 truck. And NASCAR is telling him now get off the track so they can stay green. And Nemechek down off track and out of the racing groove. But is he going to make it back to pit lane? That's the question.
Zane Smith, yes, and I'll continue that.
Oh.
John Hunter in the wall, Vince.
Wow.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, flame grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day.
Oh boy. We talked about with John Hunter Nemechek just avoiding disaster today. And he has not, because that, my friends, is disaster.
That was just the pace truck that went by. They're asking about water pressure. I hope there's enough duct tape and bear bond to piece this thing together, but he's got to get it fired up.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Kurt.
Oof. So trying to make the pass and then clipped by Austin Self in the 22.
I mean, John Hunter went super low on the back straightaway. I mean, that was like 4 lanes down.
After Las Vegas, the closest contender would be Todd Gilliland, who is now behind by 31 points. After Talladega, Gilliland would now be 29 points back. But at Martinsville, after Nemechek's issues, Gilliland would be in prime position to take the lead in the championship. But that opportunity would be wasted.
3 wide as they come to the line. The white flag is out. Gilliland wins. And the caution is out.
This would put Gilliland back in third, 14 points behind. And going into Phoenix, there would be 3 drivers eligible for the championship. If Nemechek were to lock up the championship, he would need to finish 8th or better to win the title. At Phoenix, Gilliland would start 3rd, Rhodes 4th, and Nemechek 16th. And in the early portions of the race, disaster would strike for Nemechek.
Turn 2, Sheldon Creed. Oh, look at John Hunter way up high, losing a bunch of positions. Look at the damage on the left side.
John Hunter Nemechek started deepest in the field of our championship 4, and it's already been a problem.
At least there's no smoke. There was a lot of damage to that left front corner. That tire gets to rubbing. He'd have to pit, but I don't see any smoke, so he might have dodged a bullet there.
On the front side of that tire is fiberglass from the nose, but it's metal over the top of the tire and behind the tire. So with John Hunter coming in here, oh, look at left side tire flat.
Nemechek, significant issues already. It has gone from bad to worse for one of our championship contenders.
And that's off turn 4, Vince. That's a long way to go to get back to pit road. That mistake did bite him.
This issue would drop him 1 lap down, but he would get the free pass, and all day, he was trying to charge through the field, and he would pass truck after truck, and would eventually get up to 7th and lock up the 2021 Truck Series Championship. So in 2021, John Nemechek would win his first NASCAR championship in his return to the Truck Series. And this would start John Nemechek's career rebuild, and in his first season back, it couldn't have gone better for him. One thing I want to mention is that this would be the biggest what if for Todd Gilliland. Let's go back to the penultimate race at Martinsville. If he didn't get wrecked out and actually won the race, this would give him an additional 29 points, and this would also give him the championship by 14 points. But then again, what if? Well, that'll do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for 2022.